Hey, so what's your favorite meme?
Probably Picard facepalm. I feel like I use that one a lot. What about you?
I really like the "It's a trap!"
Oh, that one is so overrated.
Excuse me?
Alright, my friends. It's time to probably start a fight with each other and the internet. I thought, make a successful video. No. Let's just go ahead and ruin our reputations by sharing our unpopular, geeky opinions, which I know we all have.
All right, Maddie, I think we should start
No,
with
no,
our
no.
Yes,
shared
we should. Thank you, Dan. Yes.
with our shared love of live
Yes.
action Cowboy Bebop.
That's a great show! It was surprisingly good. I went in with very low expectations.
No, it's not.
And every episode, I was like,
What did you
wow.
watch?
Huh. This is pretty good.
Yeah,
and then it kept going. I was like, huh. Yes, this is really good.
Did
Very happy with
somebody
that.
spoon your eyeballs out?
You're the reason it got
canceled.
There was casting of one character that could have been better, but by the end of the series, there was a little thing, something. I was fine with it.
No.
I thought that it was fun for its own thing. It addressed some of the underlying things in the original anime a bit differently, but I don't think the criticism that it ignored them is accurate.
Yeah.
And you also have to keep in mind the original series had a lot more episodes and a lot more time to kind of flesh out the background of the world a bit. And I thought that live action Bebop did that fairly well in a more compressed way. And had there been more of it, I would have expected to see it expanded a bit.
Yeah, because they don't have a time to do a throwaway episode of them.
But I thought the three
out.
mains were great.
Absolutely perfect.
I really like the whole.
Oh, and Jet is Jet.
Well, I really
Yes.
liked the idea of aging up Spike a bit. Because, again, I have a real hard time... I didn't have a hard time with it when I first watched Bebop in my 20s. But now, in the 40s, I have a hard time believing that Spike Spiegel has that much existential angst as a 20-something-year-old. Because bullshit. As a 45-year-old, yes, absolutely. I can believe it.
Not to.
I like how we're talking to Omar.
You're absolutely wrong.
Just
watching it.
So instead of making this episode why I hate Cowboy Bebop and it should not exist, because that's going to be the next hour, there are certain things that you hold precious to you. And if Cowboy Bebop is one of my top 10 favorite anime of
It's
all
something
time,
you watch
right?
all the time.
And
you and I have watched it multiple times
So
together. Yeah.
I think I can understand the hatred towards why this exists. When the creator himself didn't want to do a follow-up, like when it got really huge in America, they offered him money to do a sequel, and he was like, no, the story is done. This is it. This is Cowboy Bebop. It's over. The manga went on to do something else, and I'm not going to get into spoilers, but I'm that way with any kind of remake. I don't watch the Disney live-action remakes. I don't watch, the CG remakes that they've done, like Lion King. I have no idea what the hell the point of that was. We still have this mentality in America where it's not good enough because it's not live action, and I think that's a lot of problem, because in America we have this whole belief that if it's animated, it's not to be taken serious.
Right.
And I know it's changing, and thank goodness it is. But back when we were younger, it was. I mean, you didn't talk about cartoons when you were in high school or in college. I think the next generation had an easier time getting along with people that did that, and I think we still have the mentality of
But
like.
to your point, though, okay, is it just that you're sensitive about animation and that's why you dislike Cowboy Bebop, or do you just hate all adaptations? Are you really offended?
No.
Hang on. Are
not
you
like
really
how they
offended on
did
behalf
this?
of books?
Or do you
Because
not like
books get made into movies.
how
I see
Bebop was
exactly
implemented?
where
I see this. I see
Okay,
this as more
so-
of an adaptation than a remake.
It is an adaptation, and I don't mind that. Like Lord of the Rings, I thought were better movies than books. Hobbit, not so much. But with Cowboy Bebop, I think the adaptation. I'm sorry, I disagree. No, it was bad. The dialogue was atrocious. What is wrong with you two? Like, and the way it was shot, it felt like I don't know who shot it, so I don't know
They're
if
gonna show up in the-
I don't know if they've done any work in the past, but because it tried to be witty and smart about the way that it was shot, and it just kind of failed. and my wife watched 4 or 5 episodes, and I kind of had to watch, kind of like Andrew and the Nutcracker. Well, you enjoy it though. I had to watch it with her, and I was like, "Why are we doing this?"
So how many did you get through? Because
5.
me, my expectations were also similarly
5.
low. But I watched the whole thing, and I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. In fact,
Okay.
you will do 5, so you should go. You should finish the.
I'm sure she's gonna finish it, and I'll be watching it. It's just what's the point?
All right, so I know we can. This is going to be. We're have to have a referee here in between. We need another unpopular opinion.
Thank you.
I got 2.
Which are actually 8.
Just do one right now.
Am I the only one that didn't like Cowboy Bebop? Did you like it?
She hasn't seen it. Right?
Oh.
It's live action.
She's
Did I
anime
remind
only.
you?
You're anti-live action?
No. Well, here's the
anti-person.
She's
thing.
less likely to go and watch it.
I'm less likely to go ahead and watch it. I am interested in watching it because I like to think of things as adding to what I can consume if I like something. But Cowboy Bebop, probably unpopular here, was never one of my top 10 animes.
Okay.
So it's kind of on the back burner for me. I'm really excited about One Piece.
Oh, be prepared. To
No.
get your heart broken.
Oda's involved with
Right.
it.
Oh yeah, sure. Give me that check.
No, he's
Like,
not that kind of
approved,
person.
stamp.
He doesn't need it. Okay.
Neil Gaiman has approved all his shows, and I've been terribly disappointed in some of them.
I mean,
How
Not all
dare-
One Piece. Not all.
Never.
One Piece.
Never speak of Oda that way.
I'm excited by it. So we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Okay.
Rob, what's your 5?
I'm gonna make it quick.
Yeah, right.
Yep, you're right. One I've already talked about before is I'm a big fan of the Zelda series, and a lot of people, I did a Zelda video recently, a lot of people say that Zelda 2 is a bad game, and those people are wrong. Zelda 2 is a fantastic video game. It has all the exploration of the first. At the time, side-scrolling platforming was a very popular thing. Level progression, great, fantastic music, scary bosses. It was a fantastic game. And I don't know why people at this day, I think I do know why they don't like the game. They suck at video games. That's why you don't like Zelda 2. If you're no good at Zelda 2.
Calling people out.
You heard it here, folks. You don't like this game?
Well, I can agree because, like,
Whoa, what?
my
Thank you.
unpopular-
If 12-year-old me can beat it, so can you.
well, and MMOs are so highly overrated. I
Are you
dislike
jumping
it.
in with your
I prefer
unpopular
the side
opinion?
scrollers.
No, they're boom. Done.
Wow.
Done.
Yeah.
Done. So Zelda 2. Now,
12-year-old you also only had one game to play over and over
This
again.
is true.
I
Kids
think
have
that does affect
so
things.
much more to
I
play.
love Tomba 1 and 2 so much. It's my favorite
pig.
platformer. I understand why people don't like it. I get it. I played those games because I had them. But, like, are they good? I don't know.
I don't think it's
They're
an
good to
unpopular
me.
opinion. I think that
Santa's
falls
in it.
that falls more into the category of not an unpopular opinion because most people don't care
Yeah.
because they don't know what Tomba is.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas like
no
Zelda
one's gonna
2,
fight me in the street.
I think Zelda 2 though I haven't heard too many people hate on it as much as like if you had come in and said the PC games are the greatest Zelda games of all
the
time.
CDI games?
Yeah, the CDI games.
Gosh.
Then that's a controversial.
All right, so let's
Okay, so
take it
what's
up
your
a
next?
notch.
Okay.
Yeah, take it up a notch, Rob.
Okay. Now, I would say this as not a huge... I mean, I do like the series I'm about to mention, but I'm not like the biggest... I don't have any t-shirts and toys and things like that. And I have not read all the books. I've only seen the movies of the thing I'm going to talk about. That is... I loved The Last Jedi. Let me tell you why I loved The Last Jedi. Here, we're going to talk about Zelda 2. Hey, we're going to talk about Zelda 2. How about that?
Do we have a camera out there?
Yes, I have care to see Zelda 2. Okay, the reason I loved The Last Jedi, and this could be the fact that as a person of color, inherited wealth kind of bothers me. So the fact that Luke comes along and saves the day, thank you, maybe that's the thing that bothers me. The fact that Rey was nobody and had force powers, I really like that. The fact that Luke in this was, he had problems and he withdrew because of Ben Kenobi, Ben Solo. See, I even know their names, right?
Got it.
Because of Ben, and he withdraws, and as we get a little bit older, like I could see that happening. I'm trying to do good. This goes south. I'm just gonna, I can't do this right. I'm gonna leave. Like I get that. Luke didn't get his big, huge hurrah, but again, he's an old man. Like, Yoda did the same thing. Yoda was old. He didn't go out swinging his lightsaber and destroying things. No, he did something noble, but he did something cool. So these themes, I really, and it's not like Luke went out like a little punk. No, he really did a cool thing and sacrificed his life, that's what someone who is older, more experienced, okay, I can't jump around and flip around, but I can do this to say for the greater good. And that's exactly what happened. And the fact that this was all basically retconned with Revenge of the Jedi, is that what it's called? Yeah, whatever. With J.J. Abrams' version
Rise
of the
of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker, thank you.
Yeah.
Because it was all effectively retconned, that really bothers me. Like, oh no, she's not nobody. She is now like... Like, oops, sorry, spoilers. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to say that, I'm sorry. Like, it flew up my booty. So I love the fact that all these things that are divergent in Last Jedi made it a great film.
You defended that very well, and that is some fighting words because some Star Wars people were very intense.
I really like that film too.
And I loved Rose Tico, and everyone hated her.
Oh yeah,
I think she was the face of what was wrong with that movie for a lot of people. I did not like the movie, but I liked Rose Tico. I didn't have a problem with her. Why didn't I like
also,
it?
I like the director too. I like his work.
I did. I was a big fan of Looper, so I was excited about this. And when I was watching this halfway through the movie, I watched it opening night, and everybody was clapping and laughing and enjoying it. And I thought, oh, something is really wrong with me. I'm not enjoying this. I will say this has the best fight sequence in any of the Star Wars franchise, and that's the throne room scene with Kylo Ren. But I'll be honest though, like, it bothered me. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I just didn't like where it went because I think a lot of the times what happens is we build up these stories. We had the story of Luke Skywalker sitting with us for 30 years in our heads, and because of the books and because of the comics, you kind of get an idea of where he would be and where you would like him to see. And I was disappointed, but you know what? It was done. It was canon, so roll with it. So I was really upset with the ninth movie within the first 15 minutes, retconning everything, and I was like, man, you should have just rolled with it. So it really feels like a crap sandwich. Like this thing is stuck in the middle that doesn't make any sense. There were a lot of issues I had with it, like the casino scene, but that's...
I wasn't a super huge fan of this one. And I definitely wasn't of the following one, but all the bones that you mentioned, I liked because I was like, "Ooh, those are really good bones. You can really do something cool with it." Yeah, and but I found that my kind of Star Wars is just like the shows and the books. I'm like, the movies aren't for me.
Yeah,
the games are everything else, but like maybe the movies is. I came at it very late.
Maybe. Finn was such a wasted character in all this. Like. Anyway.
So Rian Johnson, I think, did a great job with the film. And the other thing is, maybe because I didn't read all the books and the comics where Luke gets married and has a kid named Ben and does all kinds of wacky stuff, because that's not in my head. When he's just a hermit, like, okay, he's a hermit. Like, maybe because I didn't have that backbone, but all that stuff was washed away. So maybe that's it. But here you go. Zelda 2 is a great game. Last of Jedi is also a great film.
Okay. That side. Who wants to go? Tina? Andrew?
I can go and make some people who love anime hate me.
Okay, I'm so ready to hear this.
So there's animes that people just love, and I mean like fans of. I even had a group of friends that we called ourselves Gurren Lagann Pizza Club.
Oh,
Where's this going?
you're at the hold my hand.
You need to stop. You need to stop right there.
Gurren Lagann.
Oh my God! What's wrong with you?
Okay. Well, she has a right.
I mean, and I love you.
There's parts about it I love.
And you watched all of it?
I've watched all of it.
Oh my God.
In English or Japanese?
Both.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I can't. There's no more argument.
Could you?
And there could be more to it because, like, the friend group that I used to have that, you know, we called ourselves Gurren Lagann Pizza Club, like, it disintegrated very badly.
Because you told them that you hated it?
No. But I don't think it's that great. I think it's good, and I think because people have hyped it up so much that it makes me distaste it more because I don't think it's that great. The animation is stellar. Until the end.
That's fine. You know, there was
there's some questionable things, but I don't know. I just could never connect to the main storyline. Like, I could care less for it.
I'm with you.
Okay.
Now, see, keep in mind too.
But how far did you get though?
I got through that first disc.
It's 8 episodes.
Dude, things go.
But what Tina said resonated with me in that, like, you all built this thing
That
up
is
so
true.
much, and I'm like, at the end of this
People
of
love
8
this.
episodes, and I'm like, this is
They will
fine.
eat it up, and
That
I'm
is
just
true.
like,
it's
okay.
That gets in the way all the time.
It does. It
Overhyping
does.
stuff.
I will say, I was one of these people where I watched it, absolutely loved it in Japanese, and we invited a ton of people to come over and let's all watch this again. But we went through it all because past 8, it's 7 or 8 where things kind of go.
Yeah, 7 I think is the
So,
episode.
like, and for me,
Changes.
Ticket Gurren Lagann is one of the things where, like, actually, you and I were talking about this the
Yeah.
other day. Like, the most epic thing ever in anything that has ever been drawn happens at the end of Gurren Lagann to me, and it's just great. And the story is very, like, building up and gets you pumped up.
I will
love
say
it. I
the
love it.
tone doesn't change though. So if you didn't dig the first 8 episodes,
It's true.
It's the same kind of tone with a little twist in one of the characters. So I don't know why I'm able to respect that, but not the Cowboy Bebop. Something is off
I
with
want to
me.
take what you just said because I remembered one of my unpopular opinions because I thought through a lot of unpopular opinions trying to figure out a good one. But you asked her if she had seen the dub or the sub.
Oh yeah, you need
Now,
no, don't finish. This
I am
statement.
team dub is just as good as sub depending on what it is. I am. And
Wait, as far as like any movie or anime,
It will depend, obviously, but I see there's nothing wrong with watching a dub
can
because
be.
people will.
in live action movies too, because I have a huge issue with that.
Oh, I don't do dub with live action movies.
Okay, so
But-
anime.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I see nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of people fight about it, and I will say that as a person holding a degree in Japanese,
Oh, we're throwing degrees out there. Okay.
I think there's a lot that can be lost by just watching subs.
Well, as a
Because-
person who holds a degree in ancient Greek, I also I also have no problem with watching works in translation.
Because I feel like there's only so much you can get from subtitles. They'll do their best to translate it for you,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, there's going to be things that are lost because there's a lot of
cultural
words.
meanings.
Yeah, that don't directly translate. So if you're trying to make
Yeah.
if you're listening to a joke
Mm-hmm.
in Japanese, it's not always going to translate as well as like, okay, let's dub this and actually give it a more of a spin
Right.
to have like really put the weight on the comedy of this. Like Cromartie High School is a great example because in the anime, I mean, I like the sub too, but the dub will really hit home for people watching it because you can really get some things that you're not going to be able to understand.
Okay, so in that same
And also have ADHD, so sometimes it's nice to just listen to it.
in that same way though, don't you think that there is sometimes things lost within the dub?
Yeah,
Like,
that was gonna say,
because there are a lot of characters that you watch in Japanese, and the American
Yeah.
counterparts. Either the voice directing did not get, like, I think the voice director in the new Evangelion dub that was on Netflix, I think completely missed what type of character that Kaworu was
But
going
he
to be.
totally
But or like
changed it, too.
Sephiroth, like in the
Children.
the Advent Children
Children,
movie,
yep.
like the American voice actor just.
Wasn't that Lance Bass?
It was.
What?
It was.
That's the problem right there. He should have stayed an astronaut.
Isn't he the one who did the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movies?
Did he?
He was an astronaut.
That's Rankin Bass.
Right? Anyway, so I think there is a lot of lost translation when it
But
comes
and
to
I would argue
Well-
with like subs, I think you were getting. Please, like, I want to hear what you think about this. I would think that subs will give more things. Because when I first watched it, I watched the fan sub, and then I watched
Sometimes
the
they do. It
official
depends
sub.
on
Well,
who
see,
is translating
Here's
it.
the thing.
I watched the
Fan
fan sub,
subs, I feel like do a better job.
Yeah, I
because
do.
They put
Because they put little asterisks and they explain
Because
why
some-
this joke is going on.
Well, and some words make more sense in Japanese because they're not direct
And the
translation.
fan sub-
not the Dragon Ball Z fans,
No, not
because
those.
they were racist.
They were terrible. But I watched the original Gurren Lagann fan sub, exactly what you're talking about. Like, there's lots of explanation, extra sub. And then when we watched it all together, I think I may have watched I couldn't watch the official release because there wasn't a official release.
and
So
sometimes
yeah.
the subs are just
The
off and it
ultimate-
loses its meaning.
The ultimate thing I'm trying to say is that it will depend on each one. So I don't think
Yeah.
one has supremacy over the other. I
the
think,
same way.
I think there's some things that are just better with dub, something that are better with sub, and that's just how
mean,
it is. And it depends on the director.
Look
okay.
at Ghost Stories. The original Japanese, like,
That's a
subtitles is
completely
pretty
different
boring.
thing, though.
But America got a hold of it and they're like, let's just forget this
Golden
and
Boy,
make
I
our
gotta watch in
own
English.
stuff.
I can't watch Golden
I
Boy in
watched Dragon
Japanese.
Ball in English.
You're a monster.
Well,
Never
and
relate
Yu-Gi-Oh!
to the characters.
That's Joey. His name is Joey and Tristan, and as they should be.
Whoa. I don't watch that.
I hate
so I don't, even,
stuff.
I don't have a say. I assume that's not their Japanese
No.
God-given name.
I
though.
mean, I only watched the Omni Productions dub of the Transformer Japanese series.
that stuff is brilliant.
Billy!
I made my kids watch all the clips. Andrew, unpopular opinion. on that side of the table. These have been heated so far. By
Yeah,
the way.
I don't
You guys are throwing out some fire.
I don't know that mine's going to be that heated because I'm going to guess that it's a
It's okay to wear white after Labor Day.
It's okay to wear white after Labor Day. Yes.
White shoes, right? White chair.
I think that Star Trek: The Motion Picture is a good movie.
You mean the new one?
No.
The one with Chris Pratt? I mean,
No.
Okay, the new one got me into Star Trek, bro. It's
you
the
mean the
whole
one
reason
that
I
is-
started watching.
That might be more controversial than what you just said.
I was really into Zachary
of
Quinto.
2001: A Space
Yes,
Odyssey.
yes. I'm talking about, I believe it was 1979.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they said sci-fi movies need to be serious and boring.
Yes, yes. Somebody got it in their head that we're going to bring Star Trek back and we're going to make it look like 2001: Space Odyssey.
They did.
And they kind of did. I mean, in the sense that, like, stylistically, it was very, very long and drawn out. Like, every scene is just
the docking
and space
scene.
stuff.
Oh my God, yeah.
I fell asleep and I woke up and I'm like, oh my God, they're still docking.
Still docking, yeah. Space stuff, yeah. When they make like a, I don't remember the time, but it's like a good 5-6 minute scene of just like Scotty shuttling Kirk out to the refit of the Enterprise, and it's just like literally 5 to 6 minutes of shots of the Enterprise and cutting back to Kirk going,
But that shows the epicness.
There's no
love
argument
it.
in here with me because that shows you all those little things that if you are scientifically you want to see this in progression. You want to see how this would actually occur in real time. For some people, they
no,
just
you
don't want that.
It's
They want
called
action. But no, this is great.
cut room floor. Have you heard any of these
I will
terms?
say I'm definitely a fan of sound in space movies.
So in Spaceballs, where the shit goes
Yeah,
on and
I mean,
on
like,
and on.
like
yeah, that's a
if
good
you're
one.
blasting
Yeah.
stuff in space, I want to hear the sound effects. You know, so yeah, the Star
Yeah,
Trek
every-
one. Not
so
for me.
Firefly is trash, is what you're telling me. Yeah.
Firefly made stylistic choices that I don't necessarily agree with.
And Battlestar Galactica, didn't they do the same thing?
Andrew.
that
I,
might have been the only two. I don't
don't
know.
understand
Anyway.
why you're attacking me.
I thought that's what the name of this episode
Yeah.
is. It's like,
Why are you attacking me?
Okay, so we should do roast episodes.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Well, why aren't we doing that?
I'm going to wrap it up with a comic book thing. I don't think anybody cares, but I like Batman Year 2 more than Year 1. There, I said it.
What?
Yeah, exactly. You guys are like, I don't read comic books. So Batman Year 1 is probably regarded as one of the best, if not the
Yes,
best.
I've actually read Batman
story.
Year 1.
But I enjoyed Part 2 more. I thought
Why?
he was a lot different. He had a gun. Like, people are like, Batman should not carry a gun. He had a gun.
In the
And
beginning,
it was
did
the
it-
gun that
in
killed
the
his
beginning,
parents.
yeah, I was gonna say in the beginning,
So,
did he have a gun?
And
That's
Purple
different.
Gloves.
I'm okay, like, with, you know, that. Like, I like Batman Year 2. And a lot of it probably has to do that I've read it in nostalgia goggles go a long way when I was a kid and really enjoyed it. But that's not even as controversial as liking Cowboy Bebop or what the hell did you say that I got mad about?
Everything.
Last Jedi.
Last Jedi is great.
You have some very controversial
And
beliefs.
Zelda
which
2 is
great.
difficult, but it's still fun.
And I mean,
People
I
just
still,
want the
I still
story to
love
be
you guys.
completely different than the first. That's what it
you're
is.
forgiven for liking.
Notice though, he's
Cowboy
just
Bebop.
saying that to Maddie and Rob.
No,
He's
no.
not saying
Yeah, you're not forgiven.
Oh yeah,
I've been
I-
out of here as well, apparently.
she's been shunned. I don't think anybody caught that on camera, but I've shunned Tina. You were dead to me.
You ever had an opinion about something geeky and it got you a slap in the face? I could use some support right now. Could you leave us a comment down below and share your stories with us? And hey, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. We'd love to see you back again sometime. That one's so overrated.
Excuse me. That's not a very good slap.
So overrated.
What? I'm gonna hit you harder.
I know.
What? What? Excuse me.
That was a good one.
Just roll all the way through it.
I
and
know,
we'll
I
do
just
it
don't
all.
want to get punched too many times.
Just keep doing it.